Hey, so I was thinking, one thing I've always had a great deal of difficulty with in life were things like mazes and riddles and haunted houses, things of this nature. Since early childhood, it was very easy for me to become directionally disoriented, so to speak. Um, and it's always been that way throughout my life, even into my adult life. And um, I've always wondered why that was. I just always preferred a symmetrical, straight, linear pattern. Um, and being out in the desert, everything is very visible for long distances. Uh, the only real complication is that you kind of lose your distance or depth perception. Um, the mountains kind of throw you off a little bit, but everything is very visible, very easy to see, and it's very easy to estimate where you're going to end up as you're traveling. Um, and I recall a time in very recent past where I was actually trapped inside of a maze in this exhibit, and it caused me to panic. Um, it took me a long time to figure it out, and I realized that the way you navigate through this stuff is not unlike what you hear in the theory of simulation uh, theory. For example, we're living in a simulation, um, which is essentially a computer program where we're connecting our minds to some form of a mainframe, one of many mainframes, and then algorithms permeate that program and influence us and direct us in some way, shape, form, or fashion. In a lot of senses, those algorithms in reality are geared toward your consumption. But what they're doing is gathering data on you. And the intent is for you to consume. So how do you navigate through this? And bear with me. I'll tie it all together. Um, you navigate it through it in a similar fashion. Um, you ask yourself, I think, in my opinion, allegedly, what is my intention here? And then you collect as much data as you can in order to navigate through that. It's not unlike being stuck in a maze. When I was stuck in that maze, and there were mirrors everywhere, so it made it even more disorienting. You have to use your senses, touching, your vision, your hearing. You get the idea. But the intent was to reach the end of that maze, and for me, given my difficulty with this sort of thing, it was quite a challenge. And I think through day-to-day life, we're still trying to find our way through these mazes, these puzzles, and we're trying to collect as much data as we can in the meantime to help us navigate. Now, one could say that if we are in fact inside of some sort of a computer program, we have in fact been created, and we are sort of these avatars that do have free will, limited to the parameters set forth of the world. And of course, we can be influenced and misguided by algorithms and other things. so we have to question what our intent is. Now, the game creator, designer, or programmer can also help guide us with these algorithms and influences and so on and so forth. But in my opinion and estimation, we need to assess what our actual intent is as we navigate the game board. And for me, it's just figuring out what's at the end of that maze. And it gets easier and easier the more data and information I collect, just so long as I'm connecting to the appropriate mainframe. Take it easy.